Hello, welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do the A to Z of banners. So we're going to need a loom, we're going to need a banner, any colour banner that you want, but I'm going to pick blue, light blue, and then we need a white banner, and we also need some dyes. So we need the light blue dye, and we also need a white dye. So what we're going to start with? Well, of course, we're going to start with the letter A. So we're going to go down to our loom and we are going to put in our blue banner and white dye. And the first one is the right side line down. Take that out, put that back in. Then it's left side down line. Take that out, put that back in. And then it's a middle line, which makes a H. Take that out, put that back in, and it's a top line. That makes your A. Then we take that out, put that in, replace the white dye with the blue dye, and we use the border, and that gives you your A. Now we're on to the letter B. We're going to put the blue banner in and the white dye. We're going to do left side straight down, across the middle, across the right to make a H, and then across the top to make an A, and then across the bottom to make a B. Then we need to change the white dye for a blue dye and put the border around the middle, and that gives us our B. So we'll just pop that up here. And back to our loom for our next letter. Letter C. So we'll put the B in there. And so for the letter C, this is easy. Blue banner, white dye. This is a line to the left, a line at the bottom, and a line on the top. And then we put it back in, change the white dye for the blue, and put the border around it. And that gives us our C. Next letter is D. So for the D, we're just going to put this C in our chest, and then the D, we need to go back to our loom and put the blue banner in and the white dye. So it's a white line on the right hand side, a white line on the bottom, white line on top. Then we need the border charge, I think it's called. The blue dye. Then we need to take the blue dye out, replace it with the white dye and take out the charge. And then we need a left hand line. Then we put it back in, change the blue dye to the blue dye and add a border. And that gives you your D. So let's put that in our chest. And the next letter is E. So we're going to do the blue banner, the white dye. And we're going to have the white line down the left hand side, a white line at the bottom, a white line at the top, and a white line in the middle. Then we change the white dye for the blue dye, and we add the border around the edge. And that's our E. Now we're going for D. F even. I need to learn the alphabet. So F is a blue banner, white dye, a line on the left hand side, a line on the top, and a line in the middle. Then we put it back in, change our white dye for blue dye, and put the border around the edge. And that is our F. Next is G. So this one we need to put the blue banner in and white dye. And we do a line to the right. Then we change our blue dye, white dye even to blue, and do whole top blue. Then we put the white dye back in and we do white dye at the bottom, white dye to the left, and white dye to the top. Then it's changing the white dye for the blue dye and putting the border around the edge, and that's your G. G. Next we have H. So for H, we are going to use the blue border and the white dye. We have the blue on the left, white line on the left, white line in the middle, and white line on the right. And then we change to the blue dye and put the border around the middle, outside even, and that's the H. Pop that on our bricks. So we've got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Next is I. So I, we need a blue banner, white dye. This is easy as well. So we need white across the bottom, white across the top, and white down the middle. And we change our white dye to blue dye and put the border around the edge. And that is our I. Next is J. So we need the blue banner and the white dye. And we do left white. Then we change the white dye for the blue dye and do the whole top half blue. Then it's white at the bottom. Change the white dye and white at the side. Then change the white dye to the blue dye and put the border around the edge. And that is your J. Next is the letter K. So we're going to have a blue banner and a white line diagonally. And we're going to change the blue dye, change the whole top to blue, change it back to the white dye and the opposite diagonal. Then we add a left-hand straight line. Then we change the white to blue and put the border around, and that is the K. Next we are doing the letter L. So blue banner, white dye, left-hand straight line, line at the bottom, and then change your blue dye to white dye, and we put the border around, and that's your L. Let's put the L in our chest and start the next letter. So we need a blue banner and a white dye for the letter M, and we do a triangle, upside down triangle, then change the white dye for the blue dye and do the three little triangles along the top. Then we change the blue dye to the white dye, do a left hand down the side, do right hand white, and then we change it to blue and add the border. And that's your M. Now next we've got the N, which is blue banner, white dye, white left hand stripe down the side. Then we change the white dye to the blue dye and do the upside down triangle. Then we change the blue dye back to the white dye and do a diagonal white line. Then we do a right hand white dye, and then we change the blue dye for the white dye for the blue dye even, and put the border around the edge. And that is your N. Right, on to the next letter. We put the blue banner in and the white dye. Left hand white, right hand white, bottom white and top white. That is your O. And then we've change the blue to the blue and put the border around the edge. And that's our blue. O even. Can't talk. Okay, Next letter is P. So blue banner, white die, white line on the right, change it to the blue die and do the whole of the bottom blue, change back to the white die, and we're doing a white across the middle. Then we're doing white at the top and a white on the left hand side. That is your P, and we're going to put it back in, change to the blue die and put the border around the edge, and there is your P. Next we are doing Q. So we have white banner this time, and you'll see why we do a white banner in a minute how it works out. So it's white banner, blue die, we need a diamond in the middle, then we change back to white die, we need a line on the right hand side, a line on the left hand side, then we need the little square at the bottom right hand side. Then we change back to the blue die and we put the border around the edge, and you can see, abracadabra, here we go, it's a Q. We'll just add that on and put that in our chest. And then next we have the letter R. So blue banner, white die, white, full white across half of the top, change back to blue and put a blue line down the middle, change the die back to white and put a line across the top, then a line on the left hand side, and then a diagonal line to make the R. Then we pop the blue die back in and put the border around the edge to make your R. Next we are making the S. So blue banner, white die. We need, white die, banner either, blue die. We need the blue diamond in the middle, a blue cross across the middle. Then we change the blue die for the white die, do a diagonal line, and then we change back to the blue die and put the border around the edge, and that gives us our S. So pop that on there, and then we're on to T. So blue banner, white die, white line across the top, white line down the middle, and then change to the blue die and put a border around the middle, and that's your T. Next is U. So we need a blue banner, white die, white line down the left hand side, white line down the right hand side, and white line at the bottom. Change to the blue die and put the border around the edge, and that's your U. Only a few more letters to go now. Next is V. So we use the blue banner and the white die again. We need a diagonal white line, a white line down the left hand side. Then we need to change to the blue die and put in a triangle at the bottom. Then we need to change back to the white die and do another diagonal line. And then we need to put the border round. So we change back to the blue die and put the border on. And that's your V. Pop that up there, put the V in our chest, and now we're on to W. So we have blue banner, white die. We need a bottom triangle, Then we need to change back to the blue and do the 3 triangles at the bottom. Then we need to change back to white and do a left-hand side white, right-hand side white, then pop the blue back in and do your border. And that's your W. Next we have X. So let's get back to the loom, put the blue banner in and the white die. White die. And we need to do one diagonal and the diagonal the other side, change back to blue and put the border around. And that is your X. 2 more letters to go. So next is Y. So this one we do blue banner, white die, diagonal white. We need to put the blue in and do the whole bottom part half blue. Put the white die back in and the other side diagonal. The blue die back in and then you border around the edge and that gives you your Y. And I've run out of bricks. I obviously can't count how many letters there are in the alphabet. So I'll just add a place to put the last 2 letters. Y and one for Z as well. There we go. Okay, and let's do the last letter, Z. So blue banner, white die, white diagonal line. Oh no, white across the top even, white across the bottom, and your white diagonal line. Then pop the blue in, put the border around the edge, and there is your Z. So that is the whole alphabet. All done now. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And that's how you make the banners. Thanks for watching. Bye.